Hello and welcome back to another highlights reel. This is the May 26th, 2024 Midwestern Council of Sports Car Clubs race at Blackhawk Farms Raceway. This is Sam Arndt. I'm qualified in third in the SM2 class, and right next to me is Paul Gilbert, qualified in fourth in the SM2 class. So we're coming down the front stretch to the green flag. There's the green. I get a pretty good jump. So I take inside line here. Not enough room on the inside of that red car. And Paul got a really good jump too. He's right there on my left. He passes me for third place in class now. I'm in fourth. Almost missed third gear shift there. And there goes our second place car, Peter, on the far left in the grass. So that puts me, little bobble, that puts me to third. And it was a really wet start, but it's dried out further we got through the race. So this first lap is kind of a scouting lap to see where it's dry, where it's really wet, where there might be puddles, where the back end is trying to slide out. Looks like Paul's back end is trying to slide out everywhere. Did a little bobble there. So about the first half of this race, little slide by Paul. The first half of this race, I was following Paul, trying to find a place to pass. So I did not cut the first, I think it's 10 minutes or 12 minutes out of this video at all. It's just me and Paul going at it. Good racing. There's a car from a higher up or a little faster class. It's a Miata, but it's got a newer body style Miata. Looks like an ND and a little wing on the back. So he's faster and got more power than us. Big slide by Paul through turn 3. That's just how wet it is out there. I was also sliding around quite a bit. This, you want to run not on the normal driving line, like down to the apex. You want to run on the outside, like here, because the ground doesn't have as much rubber built up in between the stone pebbles of the pavement, and it might be a little rougher. The pavement is not worn down as much, so you have more grip. The water doesn't sit on top of that rubber buildup and of that smooth surface. It falls in between the cracks of the pea gravel that's pushed down into the surface of the ground, the course. So you get a little more grip on the off line, not on the racing line. So you'll see going down into turn 1, it looks like we pull off to the right a little bit, like Paul's doing. He pulls off to the right a little bit to get in the brakes so that his tires don't lock up, and then he pulls back to the left when he's easing off the brakes. Still slippery out there. Same spot that heater went off in the blue SM2 car on the first lap. Oh, now I'm giving Paul a little run for his money. Alright, so while we're watching this, I'll talk about my sponsor, Arndt. They have 3 locations: Juneau, Johnson Creek, Ixonia. I'm familiar with their Juneau location. That's their slaughter plant and processing facility, so that's where they do all of their processing. We've taken cattle there for, I think, as long as I've been alive. So that's where they do all of their processing. They also have a small retail shop inside of the Juneau location. Their second location is the Johnson Creek location. It's right off of 26 in Johnson Creek. Hard to miss. It's got a full fresh meat case and a deli and a couple of other essential grocery items. I think they do have a kitchen in there too that they serve hot meals at. Okay, we're passing an SM car, just a slower back runner, maybe a new person that's not familiar with the rain. Still cautious around turn 3. At Arndt's third location, the newest one, is in Ixonia. That one has same thing as the Johnson Creek location. They have the fresh meat case, a deli. They also have a walk-in beer cave at the Ixonia location, which is really cool, and a smoker room. So they have a big selection there. So definitely, if you're in the area of Juneau, Johnson Creek, or Ixonia, check out one of those Arndt's locations for your fresh meat and snacking needs. Ooh, getting real close to Paul there. I think I'd go on the inside of him here and try to get past. Think better of it. I learned that the hard way. I stuck my nose inside of somebody in one of the turns here at Blackhawk, in the, what do they call it, the triangle of danger, where you're just out of their peripherals and you're out of their mirror view. So if you're diving in and they're not expecting you there, or if you're putting your nose in there and they're not expecting you there and they haven't seen you, they'll just cut right over in front of you. It's the big racing incident that could cause, and that causes dents, and we don't want dents in our nice, clean fenders of the car. So I decided to pull out of that turn and not try passing Paul there. So we're only 8 minutes into the race, so we gotta keep our cool. It's like a 30-minute race, I think, 35, 40-minute race. Just keep pressure on Paul. Big slide there. Looks like it's stopped. It's drizzling, so maybe there might be some spots that are drying out. With all these tires from the cars going over them. Alright, I'm gonna be quiet and I'm just gonna let you watch. go. He went for the inside line to see if it had dried up, and it had not. Enough for him to keep his momentum going, get around that car quick, build some distance. That puts us into second place in SM2 class. Still working on building that distance, because I know he's right behind me. He's itching to take that spot back. Squeal the tires, it must be drying up there. I hear the tires squealing. There goes Jared. That's probably the first place car out of the, or the quickest car on track out of the whole group right now. And I think here comes the second quickest. Second place car on track. Yep, I think that's Will. And they must have rain tires on, so they try and go through the wet part of the track still to cool their tires down. Have rain tires instead of slicks on, so they're trying to keep them cold. Here we got a gaggle of cars. Looks like the ND must have got past us. Now it's stuck behind some other cars. There's, oh yeah, Jeff, Jeremy, Christensen, the green top Miata. They're in a different class because they got the wing on, and a newer, not an NA Miata like mine, the SM2 class. Jeff Christensen, that's who it was. Jeff was racing this weekend. That corner, I heard some tires squeal, so it's really starting to dry up a little bit out there. Getting some more passing in. Ooh, a good point by there. That was nice. Nice point by to the inside line. So the driver of that car lifted up their hand and pointed to the side they wanted me to pass on. Otherwise, normally I wouldn't have dove in on the inside like that, because it's way past the commitment points for the turn. Oh yeah, blue skies, clouds are going away. I think this guy had gone off track a couple corners before this, so he might have rain tires on, or might have his pressure's too high in his tires, and that's starting to make it so that the car is a lot harder to drive later on in the race. I think he locks him up going into this turn. Goes a little wide. Yep. Points me by because he sees that I got a pretty good run on him. And we're not in the same class. He was probably an SM car, and I am an SM2, so there's not really any position lost to him for the race. And this is the last lap, so I'm not going to be pushing too hard, not pushing the cars in front of me too hard, and I won't be, as long as there's nobody behind me coming up like Paul, and I don't think he was close behind me. So I just kind of let this car go, do its thing, and I'll let you watch the last lap. our checkered flag across the line. That was a P2 finish, podium 2 finish in the SM2 class out of 5 cars there for the race. First went to Brian Mulcomer, and second went to Sam Arndt, me, and third went to Paul Gilbert in the black number 17. Get a little surprise for you right before I cut this video off, so you can keep watching. Thank you to my sponsor, Furnitz Premium Meats out of Juneau, Johnson Creek, and Ixonia. Go check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Give them a like and a follow, and stop by one of their retail locations. Pick up your fresh meat products and snacking needs. Blink, blink. See you next time.